take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the, I guess, last hour of the evening. Okay, we're back. Welcome back. I appreciate it. I now close every door behind me. Why? I'm jumping at shadows at this point. Did that shadow open that door? That shadow did open that door. I want to go home now. Come on!
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone.
But what's the train? Take the train, caboose and all.
The tunnel was open now.
What?
The dark presence.
Oh, God.
I remembered now. Was always out there, hunting me.
You know what? I can live without this. Oh, he still has a penis.
Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home. An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me. I could sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I'd lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
Yeah, man got a tiny dick. Of all the things I could have bloated over the years, his dick was not one of them.
The city was not real. I was limited to the confines of the dream. Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem?
The why of the first word, not the why of the last, with the tail of the light the shadows cast. The third eye now open to the project in night. This is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. Like, this man got fat as hell. Dick Shrike.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act. Like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something that soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
Bullshit. Oh yeah, we're back at the train station. The dog place
The
coming
station
soon.
had changed. I was closer now.
Do I get the batteries? I got batteries.
Parliament Tower, our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape. The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Hey, how you doing, Hollow Knight?
Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did.
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check
How you been?
to make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Freezing cold. It's about 32 or something degrees outside. Scratches in here somewhere. Belmont Plaza. That's a point of interest, right? Oh wait, that's the same point of interest. I had to take my fan out my window because it's too cold to leave it in. But I got my warm pants on, so I'm happy.
Writer. Maybe
You missed the, oh my god, it's a dick.
words.
Conversation that happened.
Maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
I don't know about you, but I'm not going to trust an elevator that just randomly opens for you. But man, this game had opened up with so many references so far. I'm just like, boom. It needs to stop doing that to me.
Equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
How you doing, Jackson?
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
I'll probably pick up some candy from the store, but about it.
Alice. This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Thing is, but did you get your candy? Mine had a lot of scales in it.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before.
You have a candy one in front of you. What you get? I'm thinking of getting some sour stuff.
Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
Video art, darkened screen modes. Focal point of the dark place. Did she walk her way back in?
Alice's
one.
memory card.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me.
He keeps looking that way. I'm getting scared. Okay?
We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me.
That's creepy.
Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Y'all see it?
Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Y'all see every time that thing flashed, something flashed out. I love these scenes.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing.
No matter. No.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything, like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
I don't like how dark it's getting. I don't like how dark it's getting. Also, it's very creepy how they...
Mr. Wake, Alan,
We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the dark place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
It's insane.
Correct. Object information that Saga has.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
Time for the case board.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult. The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
Nobody wants to read a romance in a video game. Okay, maybe some people.
Nope. But you double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people.
He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
Why in a dark place becomes reality? It just can't be that simple.
Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. Turn the world into a fucking nightmare. They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch.
Mr. Scratch.
Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa. Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
Loco girl.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this. It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Oh, I can do whatever I want. Alright, since it's close to looking at the clock. Since it's close to my time, I'm gonna actually leave it here for now. And then we'll do kind of like back and forth between each characters every once in a while. So yeah, thank you guys for